Hi, I'm Charlotte and this is Tired Mama Tries to Read. Coming at you from a very tired place today. This heat is not good for anybody to sleep, let alone a small person. So I think my excitement about reading a book a week in the last couple of months has come to a crashing halt, and I've hardly been able to read at all. I've just been too wrecked. So if anyone is feeling equally dispirited, you're not alone. But to cheer me up, I did go a bit crazy on the internet. Very naughty internet buys. I should have probably saved a little bit of money to buy in a real life shop. Well, actually, I have actually got another pile of books that I did buy in a real life shop, which I'll do another review of because they're nearly all children's books. And I know I said it wouldn't be a parenting vlog, but they're not children's books for my child. They're children's books for me. So I think anybody can enjoy them. But let's get on with these ones. So, really, really different set, I would say. I'm going to start off with my fiction choice. So this is a gorgeous book. It's called Sour Heart by Jenny Zhang. I can't remember how I came across it. I think it tends to be that they recommend you, don't they, things based on your previous buying history. And because I've been recently trying to diversify my bookshelves, read a lot more writers of colour, I tend to get suggested super cool things too. So I think this came up on the internet rather than any of my other vloggers that I watch or anything like that. But this is Jenny Zhang. So she is Chinese American, although in all of her bios she says she's American, so we'll go with that. But she's from a Chinese background, so she's from an immigrant background, which is relevant because she's writing about that experience. The back blurb says, centred on a community of immigrants precariously balanced on the edge of poverty in the 1990s. New York City. The stories that make up Sour Heart examine the ways that family and history can weigh us down but also lift us up. So I think it's a collection of short stories. Maybe they do connect. The review on the front by the New Yorker is obscene, beautiful, moving. I don't know what it is about this. And also, I don't know if you do this, but it smells really booky. That might not matter to you, but it definitely matters to me. So I'm very excited to read that one. Then I got Crudo, which is by Olivia Laing. Now, I actually have two of her other books, which I have not read, to my shame. This one was all over my Instagram. It just kept popping up all the time. And even though the cover... It's actually an artist's work. Who is it now? Does it say here? Is it Wolfgang Tillmans? And I think it's a lobster with a fly on it. It's quite gross if you don't eat that sort of thing, and I don't eat that sort of thing as I don't eat animals. But it is kind of beautiful nonetheless. And inside it even has a little crab. I don't know if you can see that, so that's quite cute. And this one, I'm a bit confused as to what it's about. It's a novel, and it's Kathy is a writer. Kathy is getting married. It's the summer of 2017, and the whole world is falling apart. So I think it's about the impact of Brexit and Trump and all that kind of thing. I think it's very sort of contemporary. So first fiction. So I'm interested to know. But I mean, the reviews on the back are amazing. The one that drew me in was Chris Kraus, who wrote the amazing book I Love Dick, which I would thoroughly recommend. She said it's readable, shocking, new, and surprisingly tender. I didn't want it to stop. Sold. So next one, another fiction one again. Really big on the fiction at the minute. This is Kamila Shamsie's Home Fire. So in my review video, I talked about how my favourite book of the last couple of months was The Sight. Have I got it here? No, I must already have shelved that. So I'm obviously really prepared today. The Sight, and that was shortlisted for the Women's Prize. So, oh no, it was shortlisted for the Women's Prize. There's lots of awards on this one, so I was getting a bit confused there. So the Women's Prize for Fiction 2018. And I was like, well, The Sight is so amazing that what could possibly be better than that? So this is the winner of the same prize. So this should this has got a lot to live up to because I really love the other novel. And the story of this is very, it looks like it's going to be quite a read. It says, for as long as they can remember, siblings Isma, Anika and Parvez have nothing but each other. But darker, stronger forces will divide Parvez from his sisters and drive him to the other side of the world as he sets out to fulfill the dark legacy of the jihadist father he never knew. Yeah, that looks really good. Kamila Shamsie grew up in Karachi in Pakistan and she now lives in London. So I think a lot of this is set in Britain. That should be good. Okay, we've got a non-fiction. This is White Girls by Hilton Als. It's one of the gorgeous orange penguins, the fake real ones that I am drawn to. This definitely came up on a recommends thing. Yeah, I don't think this was recommended by anyone specific. I think it was an algorithm that brought this up. And I'm happy about that algorithm for once because this looks really cool. I don't really know what I'm going to get. I didn't even know who Hilton Als was, so if you do, let me know what you think. But he's a journalist, I think, and a reviewer. I'm sure it's a cultural critic, is he? Yeah, cultural critic. So this is about blackness, queerness, movies, Brooklyn, love and loss of love, AIDS, fashion, Basque. I've said that wrong. I did look up how to say it, but I forgot. Capote, philosophy, porn, Louise Brooks and Michael Jackson. Freewheeling and dazzling, tender and true, it is one of the most highly acclaimed essay collections in years. Yeah, and the reviews in here are incredible. So, John Jeremiah Sullivan has said, if you think that this sounds like another blurb job or postmodern twaddle, I defy you to read this book and come away with a mind unchanged. It looks really interesting. There's Hilton Als there. Awesome cover. See what, and there's something about the print in this as well that looks really, I don't know, I think it's just going to be really digestible. I'm going to be able to hopefully fly through it for his essays. Okay, something totally different. This is Lucy Mangan, and this is her book, Bookworm, a memoir of childhood reading. Isn't that beautiful? And then it carries on the back there as well. Yeah, it's lovely. It's has she got the, yeah, not anything special underneath, but you can't always get that. So this is exactly what it says on the tin. Lucy Mangan, she writes for The Guardian. So I heard about this in The Guardian. I really love her little pieces that she does in there, so I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy this. And this is all about the books that she read through childhood. So it talks about Narnia, Wonderland, Charlotte's Web, Real Children. Yeah, so Lucy revisits her childhood reading with wit, love and gratitude. She relives our best loved books and their extraordinary creators and looks at the thousand subtle ways they shape our lives. She also disinters a few forgotten treasures to inspire the next generation of bookworms and set them on their way. Amazing. And the last one is The Female Persuasion, which is by Meg Wolitzer. Bit of a hefty one. How many pages is it? I don't... Well, it's about 450, so it is going to be a bit of a read. This one I'm really excited to read. I'm really excited to read all of them, but this one is about a shy college student called Greer Kadetsky, and she meets a feminist women's movement leader called Faith Frank, and she sort of becomes her protege, I think. Faith Frank invites her to sort of join her, and it says on here that it's all about power, influence, ego, loyalty, womanhood, ambition. Yeah, I think it'll be really awesome because I've ever since I read My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante, I've been looking for another book about female friendship, because though that quadrilogy just blew my mind. The way she talked about the disruption that can occur between female friends was just so, it just really rang true with me. It just totally gripped me. And it really gripped my dad as well when he read them, and I was so surprised at that because I wasn't sure if it would have a positive readership outside of women's experience, but he loved it. So I've been looking for something that would talk about female friendship in that way, because it's one of those things that just is a backdrop to most novels, and this seems to make it the main driver of the plot. Plus it's about feminism, so that's going to be cool. I've never read any Meg Wolitzer, She's written a few things. I've heard of the interestings, but I think the other things maybe have happened since I left book selling, so I'm not as in the know as I used to be. So yeah, so that's my last one. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to read these, but I don't think it's going to be as quick as before, so you may not see a review for these for some months. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying all the hot weather and you're not as tired as me. And the next video I do will probably be about my beautiful children's books that I bought. So I shall see you then.